Hell, it is Mickey, and I am finally coming back with a progress update. I had a rough few weeks. I'm still trying to claw my way out of it, but not too bad. But it was a lot. So I'll tell you all about it. But just real quick, if you do want to support me, I have links down in the description below. Thank you so much. Even if you just want to like and comment, that means the world to me. So thank you for that. But in terms of what I was facing, I got to the end of the month and I had a bill that needed to get paid, and I didn't have a way to pay for it because I still haven't found another job. It turns out when you're not presenting as a straight white male, it's a little harder to find a job. Who knew? I feel like somebody should write a book or make a movie or something. Because it's a little more stressful than I'm used to. So what I think I have a job lined up. It's only going to wind up being part-time guiding. I did not get a job with a company I expected to get. 10 years ago, the guy tried to poach me from another company, so I was a little surprised he didn't want to hire me. So not really sure what happened there, but yeah, that didn't work out. So I went to another guiding company. It sounds like I'm going to get a job with them, but they're not a terribly large company. So it sounds like it's just going to be some part-time work, which is something. So I'll get something else lined up in the meantime. And yeah, during that time I was trying to make some money. I tried signing up for Uber and Lyft just to fall back on and get something in the meantime, but their background checks, which are only supposed to take 2 to 3 days, wound up taking closer to a week. So I was basically just stressing that whole week. And then I had my daughter who was off for spring break, so I couldn't exactly take her along. And so, yeah, it was a lot. It was rough. And it's the first of the month, so I'm making it out of it. But, well, it's not the first of the month, it's a little after. But it is a new month, and made it out, and trying to just find my way. Things are looking more stable now. Things are feeling a little better, but it's still a lot. It's still a lot to struggle with. And yeah, I'm first person to tell you I should be taking my own advice, because I was not celebrating the small wins, and I was just letting that one thing get me down and stress me out and work me up. And yeah, it just sort of spread from there. It was not a good practice. I was not practicing what I preach. So there's that. Good learning lesson. But could be worse, right? I mean, I got this just out for a little walk in my neighborhood, doing a little birding. I did not bring my camera because I thought I was going somewhere else in the actual neighborhood, and I didn't want to be walking around houses with a camera, but decided to come this way. And yeah, it's always nice getting out in nature. But so yeah, point being, I was stressed out. I was in a really bad place. I was having a hard time. And yeah, still trying to get my way, to find my way out. Still trying to find a little bit of stable work that I can depend on and rely on. That's not Uber or Lyft, because it's fine doing it for a little bit, but it's not really something I want to rely on because it's so erratic, and especially in the shoulder seasons here, when there's not a lot of people visiting, it's not terribly reliable. There have been days where I've done it for hours and hours, and in like April, and only come away with like $50 because just nothing's happening. So it's not something I want to depend on. When it's good, it's good. It does the job, but I don't really want to put the miles on my car. Don't really want to rely on something fickle. So yeah, looking for something else. In terms of me, in terms of progress and changes, I finished voice training, but this is not the voice we were shooting for. I'm still not there yet. I have a really hard time using it out in public. And then when my daughter comes over, especially when she's playing with a neighbor friend, I just get exhausted and I fall back on my old voice. So it's going slow, slower than I was expecting, and I am really hoping I can find the self-discipline just to start using the new voice a little more. But at the same time, it's not terribly concerning me because, I mean, people still do call me sir at the grocery store, which kind of hurts a little bit. But at the same time, I see it. I'm just still kind of waiting out the changes, and man, it drags on, doesn't it? It's a process. It's a marathon, and I'm just still sort of in this midway point-ish. So there's still, a ways to go. I definitely see progress, but at the same time, it's not quite where I want to be. Most people are calling me sir and referring to me as male, so it's not going terribly quick, but it'll get there one day at a time, I guess. So yeah, it's just all about, maintaining a good perspective. I was not getting out very much. I was stuck inside a lot. I was stressed a lot. What I have been doing to try to pass the time a little better is I've been writing a lot. I always fancied myself as a writer, but I never had any real training, or I was never very good at it, and that's not subjective, that's very objective. But the last year or so, I've been participating in a little just informal writing group that me and some friends do. We read each other's work, we give each other constructive criticism, and I feel like I've learned a lot. And I've gone back when I thru-hiked the Arizona Trail back in 2016. I went back and I wrote about it. I wrote a whole series of short stories that were okay. And so now that I've learned a little bit more about how to portray emotion, evoke emotion, and things like that, I've gone back and I've started editing a lot of those. And I put 2 of them up on my Patreon, which you can access for free. And I'll put more up. And so that's been fun to kind of go back and rework them and try to say what I wanted to say, because the few years I was trying to write them, I was kind of in a dark place and couldn't really concentrate on the creative aspect of writing. I was just sort of dictating what had happened, which doesn't really do a whole lot. So I've been going back to that and re-editing, rewriting. There are some short stories where I just completely rewrote, and really happy with the way they came out. So there are 2 on my Patreon as of this recording. I will put more up soon as I continue to rework them. The other thing I'm also having a lot of fun doing is I'm writing a script. I'm very involved in the local theater here, and so it's been a really good exercise just to write something that may or may not make it to the stage, but I'm having a blast doing it. The story is about somebody who realizes that they're a trans woman, and they go back to visit their family for Christmas. If you've watched my older videos, this might sound familiar. I did not go back, but I did. My brain just naturally started wondering what would have happened if I had, and so that's the story that comes out. The characters are a little different, and there's a few other different dynamics, but it was a fun idea to sort of try to work and put down on paper, or screen in this case. But yeah, I may or may not post that when it's all done, but depending on how well received it is locally. But anyway, I don't know if anybody's interested in reading my stuff. I know a lot of y'all found me through my photography channel, and then through this channel. So yeah, if that's something you're interested in, you can check out the Patreon. There's the link is in the description, and I've got like I said, 2 short stories up right now, which I will put more up if yeah, when I get those ready. But in terms of other stuff, there hasn't been a whole lot else going on. I've just been sort of, I don't want to say biding my time while I've been unemployed, but I have been, looking for work, just trying to take advantage of not being in work. And I've been getting out, taking walks, been writing, like I said. Haven't been doing as much photography as I'd like, but that's also just because, there's not a lot of birds right now, but there's a lot of birds coming in. So I will definitely start doing more bird photography as more migrants start getting here, because we love migrants, don't we? So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on with me. Not a whole lot new. Like I said, the voice training, man, that's hard. I have a hard time using it even on these videos. But what I was shooting for, I think I mentioned in one of the more recent videos, I was shooting for kind of something like a more Emma Stone, because she's awesome, and I feel like her voice I could potentially do. So instead of concentrating on like the throatiness, I need to start being more conscious about putting more air into my voice and trying to go with something more like this, which is, it still feels like a stretch, and it still feels like there's a lot of imposter syndrome around it. So this is like the hardest part about transitioning so far for me, is trying to actually use my voice. Like, I completed voice training, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I just can't bring myself to do it. And I think part of that is just because I am still getting gendered as a male. So, birds, what are those? I'm sorry, they wouldn't hold still, and I could not tell what they were. They were black, and they were new, and I haven't seen them before. Maybe Brewer's blackbirds. Still might be a little bit early for them, but they are not holding still. But anyway, land. Oh, come on. I'm sorry I'm making y'all watch this. Okay, so could not quite tell what they were, but my best guess is a starling. Still early for Brewer's blackbirds, and just not the right call, too high pitched. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of what's going on with me. Sorry for the distracting update, or where I got distracted. But yeah, that's where I am. Hopefully I can start getting my voice squared away. But yeah, that's all I got for now. Thank y'all so much for watching this far, and all of it. If you do want to support me, I super appreciate it. I love y'all so much. Y'all have all been amazing. That link is down. The links are down in the description, or you can also just comment, like the video. That means the world to me. So yeah, I will see y'all next time, and thanks for watching. And yeah, till next time. Love y'all.